Aristotle once said the law is reason free from passion, feeling, and emotion, or some other rich earth bullshit like that. But Thurgood Marshall was a man so full of heart that made the law bow down and recognize love and earnest respect is what this country is all about. I was a Sarah law student, lost in all the books piled in the corner of the library, a wearing caffeinated soldier of the big man. And Justice Marshall reached out of the history books and spoke to me, cause those dead do rise again. Yes sir, they still do rise again. Hey, Thurgood Marshall, won't you help me out? Cause I've been slowly fading away this year. And Thurgood Marshall, don't you let me down. Cause I want to be inspired and mystified by the law. Yeah, someday in the future I'll have whiskey and fine cigars. I'll have a favorite steak restaurant down on Wall Street. I'll done club a young seal pup for the corporation, and I won't know what to do with all this viscous garnet blood on my hands. I'll need a sermon on the mountain, need to be born again, turn a new leaf, a second spring, a new and visceral reminder that good can triumph over evil and the law can be a terrifying blunt force to strike the love of country into brave young hearts. Yeah, Thurgood Marshall, won't you help me out? Cause I've been slowly fading away this year. And Thurgood Marshall, don't you let me down. Cause I want to be inspired and mystified by the law.
Dreams where I just scream but no one hears me. I just swear and I just shake until I can't breathe. Wake up hot and wet and sweating through the top sheet. Wake up weary-eyed and terrified again. My indecision over who I can or will be is just so all-encompassing that it might kill me. And if you rearrange the puzzle, man, I'm still me. You know who I am, it's who I've always been. Back on my bullshit, panicked, pacing, wasting my time. I've been wandering these alleyways, trying to find a place to call my home. I've been humming all these melodies, trying to find a voice to call my own. These bad dreams, they break me down, but I get up, 'cause I'm still holding out for good luck. As I wrestle out the words to say what I need, reminisce on all the years it took to find me. My soul has tried my whole life to remind me who I am, is who I've always been. Back on my old shit, honest, asking
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for joining us for some live comedy tonight. I'm Christine. I'm the artistic director of UCB in Los Angeles, and you are tuned in for an awesome show by Wild Horses featuring special guest Mariah Smith. So we're super pumped you guys are here. Just in case you don't know, we are now streaming shows on this YouTube channel, 4 to 5 shows a week. So please subscribe so you guys don't miss anything. The next show we're doing this weekend is on Sunday. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and it's a charity ASCAT with an amazing cast raising money for Frontline Responders Fund. So definitely tune into that. Should be an awesome show. We're also offering classes now online in improv, sketch, and character. So click on the link below. There's a discount code for viewers of tonight's shows, Wild Bird. So take advantage of that. It's $25 off your first class. So join us for some comedy during this weird fold in the Matrix. And with that, I want to welcome out your team tonight. So please welcome to the virtual stage, Wild Horses. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Have a great show.
Surprise! We're here! We're here! Oh my God.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Great. What is that?
Well, we start our
Okay.
show the same way every day.
Every day. We've been doing
Every
it.
fucking day.
The same way where we do a segment we call check-ins, where we just check in with each other. And I did come prepared with a check-in that I think could launch us into some sort of conversation. Some of the most interesting things to happen to me during this quarantine.
Oh. Cool. You better get on top of that. Someone's gonna steal it. This is
top of
live.
It just occurred
That
to
should
me.
be a t-shirt.
We're in time.
Or a t-shirt.
Quarantine t-shirt is the thing I say when I'm between sleeping and waking and I interact with Matt, the human I live with.
You mean so when you're asleep?
It's when I'm asleep, but then I will wake up for a moment and I'll interact with him and then I'll fall back asleep. And there have been 2 occurrences of this recently. And one happened a few weeks ago where I went to bed before him and I was fast asleep and he came to bed and he said, also, you should know that I sleep like I have to fully disengage from the world in order to sleep. So I have an eye mask and I have a headphones that I wear because I'm a very light sleeper. So otherwise I'll wake up. And so
Headphones.
We
Headphones.
shared a room at a hotel once and I was out later than you and you did that and I loved it because I just walked, I turned on the lights, I was like doing all my shit and you had no reaction.
I had no idea. So I've got all my gear on and I'm fast asleep and he came in, this was a few weeks ago, and he said he started like getting ready for bed and he said that I sat up and I went circles and squares, coronavirus, it's circles and squares, it all comes back together. And
What, like cootie shot?
I guess it must have been what I was thinking. But I guess in my dreams I was like, I get it. Circles and squares.
Wait,
is
what
the
are circles and
solution.
squares a reference to? What did you say, Lauren?
You know, circle, circle, dot, dot, now you got a cootie shot.
No, I did
Square,
not.
square,
know that.
square, square, now you have it everywhere.
I
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Oh God.
I only knew the dot dot.
I didn't know the square, 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 square.
You know what's
Yeah, I
so
didn't-
weird is like you said circles and squares. I thought cootie shot. Then I only could think of the first part, but then when I said it, I remembered the square part. So I don't know. It was in there.
Oh.
And
So maybe
that's-
it's real. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's real.
Wait, that's used when like in elementary school, like somebody, you're like, oh, they touched me. Now I gotta like protect myself.
Yeah.
Oh, we had lice. Will give you advice.
The lice will give you advice.
Yeah.
So sit down and let me tell you how to wash your hair.
That's how it went.
That's so funny. I've never heard that one.
No, I did. We did not have
Oh,
that.
that's not real?
No, it just made me laugh that we did not have the. I've never heard of this cootie shop.
Yours sounded really weird, but it says weird as circle, circle, dot, dot. So
I know, it's totally believable.
Yeah.
The other thing happened just earlier this week where I was fast asleep, and he said I was sleeping way on his side of the bed, and so he pushed me to my side of the bed, and he said I rolled over and I looked at him with my mask on, and he said I seemed very smug even though he couldn't see my eyes, but I went, check please.
That is so silly.
That is so silly. And such a joke that you really would make. I mean, not that you're not you when you're asleep.
But
But
in
this
that
is a very
context,
Mr. Bean sort of moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's me. God, I'm full on Mr. Bean.
God.
Anyway, that was very funny that I just said to him, check please.
And you're completely out. You have no memory of it.
No, but when he brings that up, I do have a memory of it. Like, it's almost like my dream world like superimposes over the real world, and they both fuse, and so I interact with someone in the dream, and then it's me interacting with him, and so I do kind of remember it, but he always has to remind me in the morning, and he keeps like notes on his phone of things I've said to him.
His dream journal is just taking notes on you.
Yeah.
Does Matt have dreams? I mean, not that I want you to overshare on a live stream for him, but is he someone who remembers?
If he does, he doesn't talk about them. I love to talk about my dreams. I know a lot of people hate that, but I love talking about them, and I really like experience them so vividly, and they do kind of blend in with the real world at times in a way that feels significant or symbolic in some way. But he doesn't. He just kind of is like, well, I dreamed, and
Well, yeah, I do think people think it's boring to talk about, but I feel like my dreams are so real that it just feels like I'm getting out of something else when I wake up. And then when I go back to sleep, I have a flash of my dream from the night before, as if I'm going back in.
Whoa.
I have had that too.
Yeah.
I get deja vu in my dream, and I realize I dreamed it another time, and it's not, and I'll wake up and remember both times. But I only seem to have this memory in my dream.
It's weird.
Yeah.
that's weird.
But I don't get the not wanting to hear people's dreams. To me, I'm like, this is such a peek into your subconscious, and it's like it's so visceral and raw. People are bad at telling them, I will say that.
I think it's just like they
Yes,
come across like so meaningless when you just hear it. It's like there was a guy and then he wasn't there, and then I was in my house, but it was my childhood house, but it was actually a castle, and like you just like it's not you can't follow it, and you can't see it.
And and it's so hard to get the emotion across, where I'm like, I'll tell you what happened, but I can't quite emphasize why my fear was so high. Yeah.
Somebody asked me once, like, what color palette do you dream in? Like, in terms of a movie, it's like, what movie looks like your dreams? And then you realize, like, oh my God, some people are like in a David Lynch film, and other people are in like a Woody Allen film.
Are yours different?
No idea.
Huh?
Are yours different every time, Stephanie, or did you realize you have like one?
I feel like typically my dreams are very true to life. Like they feel very like I'll wake up and I'll go, oh, thank God that was a dream.
Like an indie?
They're a little more higher budget.
Like a Nancy Myers.
Like a Nancy Myers film. But I always think of the movie The Titanic as like the color palette.
The Titanic.
The Titanic.
There was something weird about that. I can't put my finger on it.
It's like Nancy Myers writing, but the color palette is the Titanic.
Wait, and what does that mean? Just a lot of blues?
Ice, blues, water. The colors are like the colors. It's like if you think of the Titanic, the color palette.
Like maroon.
I would say like white, gray, blue.
I'm just still laughing at the.
But there's like a nautical. nautical, and there's like a realness to it, whereas like I talked to my sister about her dreams and she's like, and then the guy turned into a manatee and was like walking down the road, and I'm like, this is not the Titanic.
Well, but the color palette is different. Like the man, like even though the man turns into a manatee.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm saying it's like it's a Nancy Meyers script, and then it's like a Titanic color palette.
Nancy Meyers,
like
get on that.
Award-winning film.
I would love high budget.
There's got to be a Nancy Meyers film where there's a woman who owns an amazing yacht, and her only problem is she needs someone to be in love with on her yacht.
Yeah. I hope she's watching because she has time to write.
If she hasn't turned out a new screenplay in the pandemic,
she's filling the well.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Tell her my dreams. But do you feel like your dreams, you know, like how some people, it's like they're like, oh, I'm in like a Scorsese film, like it's really gritty.
I think mine are different.
The gamut. Mine are always different.
Yeah.
And mine are different too, but I can't say gritty. Like, it's not like I would ever be like, oh, there was a filter on that dream, and like the grittiness I can't picture.
But Erin, do you feel like when you hear someone's dream that you got a glimpse into their psyche? Because I feel like, I don't know that I have ever felt that, but I think I like the idea of that.
If it's a very emotional one, yes. If someone's just going, whoa, I had a crazy dream, and you kind of feel like they're just listing bizarre details their brain put out, I'm like, I think it's more when someone is like, you know, when you meet, or not meet someone, but when you like meet up with a friend and they're still kind of like rocked from the dream they had, like that's the dream I want to hear. Like, because sometimes it's just like an interaction with somebody and like they can't, and they're figuring it out still.
I like when people have had when people tell you a dream they had about someone that they had sex with in the dream.
Yes.
That's the kind of dream I want to hear about.
That's a good
one. I've also heard that like if it's like one of the safest, most like flirtatious things you could do with someone is to say, oh my God, I had a dream about you, and test their response.
The safest?
Yeah, because it's like you're sort of like it wasn't me.
Right.
Like, it was.
But it's like the deepest you, but it's not a you that you have.
That's why it's so flirtatious, because you're like, oh my God, it's so crazy. I had this dream about you, and you can like gauge it. But
let's
wait, Lauren,
try it. Lauren,
try on someone. What were you saying?
I said I've used it as a lie to flirt with someone before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's like a thing.
You just like say that you did, and then like,
did you make up a dream?
We didn't go into it, but it's like you can just like shoot off a text like that, and it's kind of exciting.
I had a dream, and you were in it, and you turned into a manatee.
And you were walking down the street, and it was like David Lynch.
Hello?
Check, please.
I wanted to tell you something funny. Before we started, we were joking about how we feel like we're really old when we try to do Zoom because we can't figure it out. And you said you feel like a senior, Erin, and then Mary said I feel like a junior. And it reminded me that when I was in high school, I what is it called? Registered to vote, and I was.
What's it called?
I can be enlisted, and then I was a senior in high school, and I put senior. I checked the box that said senior, but it was like for senior citizens, and then it wasn't even senior citizens. It was. I put senior, and then my thing came Lauren Lapkus senior, as if I was like the grown up, and I had a child named Junior.
Oh my
God. So funny.
It was so dumb. I was like, should I be allowed to vote?
Lauren Lapkus senior. That's
very foolish.
That's so funny.
That's very funny.
You didn't vote this year?
I don't know.
I think if you don't vote this year, you should be forced to leave.
I'm gonna vote. I just don't know for who.
Got it. Oh no.
It's pretty bad, huh?
Everything's really, really fucked up.
Pretty bad.
It is. We're in that space of every time you think it can't get worse. Well, every time you think it can't get worse, it does, but then it actually just reveals it's always been bad.
Yeah,
it's like that's what keeps happening. It's more like layers keep getting peeled back, and you're like, I should have realized the extent of this.
Right.
If anyone's watching and wants to donate, we have a link below, I believe, to the Minnesota Freedom Fund. So click that and do that in a side window. Don't leave us, but go donate.
Don't leave, but go donate.
But yeah, everything sucks. It's so weird to like do a show like during garbage.
Yeah.
Which is always, I get, as you said, like it's all the time. So I mean, we're always trying to just pretend things aren't happening so we can like joke around and have fun for an hour.
Right.
It's also so weird also being in quarantine, like also not going out in the world or feeling like you're not supposed to, or like that there's this added layer of isolation with everything that feels, it's so hard not to feel completely hopeless and scared and depressed.
Mm-hmm. There was something like just so crazy to me looking at the New York Times photos of everything that's happening in Minnesota, where it's like you have this horrific thing happening and then everybody's in masks.
Yeah.
And it's like, and also it's during a time when something crazy is happening.
Yeah.
Like you have this duality where it's like, I don't know if you guys saw those like CNN reporters that were arrested live. And it's like, just that he was reporting in his mask. You're just like, really so many things are happening at once.
Yeah.
And we have no leadership. And you're just sort of like from home going like, okay, like you're just at a complete loss.
But there's still that desire to take care of them yourself and everybody else, and like still participate in this global movement in addition to a national movement.
Right.
Yeah, it's so depressing to watch the footage. People just going to the beach.
And restaurants are opening, I think, tonight. It's crazy.
I saw that the mayor posted of LA that we were going to open all the stores and restaurants.
I feel like
today
or like one of these days this week. Yeah.
He caved so fast. Like I truly am like, what? There's some compromise must have been like forced or not forced, but that he felt that he had to make, because I feel like we were doing so well, and then suddenly it was like, no, we'll just open everything up.
Yeah.
You mean to go in and sit down?
Yeah, that a smaller capacity, like 60% or something like that.
But even then, like, yeah, you're still like near people and shopping in stores. And I mean, I drove by Home Depot today and the line was around the block, which I guess that's been open the whole time because that's an essential thing because people need tools and whatever. But that was crazy to me. It just seemed like that's such a long line of people to stand in for stuff.
Yeah. And that's certainly not a line of people who are in need of essentials. That's people who are
not everyone needs to be there.
Yeah, they're like allowed back in, so that's it. And it is, I think the part that really scares me is that, well, there's not one part, it's every level of it, but that people are taking this, like all these okays as the virus is now gone, or
right.
There is that feeling in a weird way that like it's like, well, it's been long enough. Like it's nothing.
Exactly. Also, I've seen videos of people using this logic of, well, hey, everyone's gonna die someday, and it's like, well, then why aren't we just crossing the street without looking?
Well, like, and that is the reason to leave your house. Like if you're scared of the world, that's when you go, okay, everyone's gonna die someday. I should walk outside of my home and live my life. That's the only way that works. And so we should just infect people who didn't have to die.
Yes,
right.
And also just ignore, just not even worry about dying because we're all gonna die. Like it doesn't. That makes that.
Well, I think that was something from the start of this that was really weird, and I feel like people were spinning it in a way where it's like it only affects old people, and that was like what we were told, and then everyone was like, oh, okay. And it's like, well, that's not good.
I know.
That's not okay.
And now more and more it's coming out that it's like, well, yeah, and then the other big group would be Black people, but everyone knows better than to say that, but they're fucking thinking it if they're going out, but that's another high risk group.
And I feel like we don't have the leadership that's like, let's look at what this is showing us. Like, how do we educate? How do we work? How do we treat our environment? What is our relationship with meat? Like, all the things where you could actually go like, yeah, we've been going down this weird path that's like completely detrimental to the human race, but nobody's having those conversations. It's just sort of like, this sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing that our leader is saying is prompting people to drink fish tank cleaner. Like it's
Fish tank.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hydrochloroquine or whatever.
Is that a fish tank cleaner?
Yes, like an ingredient.
In a fish tank cleaner, and somebody saw it, and a person died from drinking it.
I think more than one.
More than one.
The person that hears Trump say, drink fish tank cleaner and is like,
He didn't say
what pet store is open?
he
said it's really helpful.
This one drug, but then you hear the name of that drug, and then you can see it in all these other like industrial like cleaners, and people are taking, because there's like, to your point, like there's no leadership, and in fact he's contradicting himself and everyone else.
Right.
So it's the opposite of leadership. It's like chaos is what.
Right.
Yeah, I keep seeing people tweet about how we are right now in a textbook chapter, like in the future, like 20 is going to be the most insane chapter, and that is exactly what.
But you know, like the school will just like, it'll be so edited down and made to be like it wasn't a thing. Like it'll be all skewed wrong, and that's the thing. Like I feel like we're learning. A lot of people are learning now the things we were taught in school are like not the full story at all, and history books are so fucking edited. It's like, who is writing this?
And will there be textbooks that even exist when that future comes? I mean, are textbooks even printed anymore? Aren't they all on the computer?
Probably.
Well,
an iPad.
To answer this question of, are textbooks printed anymore?
Oh my God, we're bringing her out into this?
Textbook expert.
Do we want to segue into a crazy conversation just to lighten the mood a little bit first?
Well, I have one. Yes, I do. I would love to segue because this was a check and I forgot last week. Can I tell?
Okay, yeah, say it.
Go for it.
Perfect.
So I'm staying with my mom during this time. The other night, my mom and I are just having a lovely conversation. We look over, her cat was walking backwards. Cats don't do that. It was unreal. I felt, you guys aren't, what? No.
All right, I was thinking about something else. Wait.
I was picturing like a cat on 2 legs walking backwards, and then I was like, no, it has to be on 4.
I was picturing a cat in Rewind, like, meow.
Mary, that's the closest to what it looked like. She takes these like dainty little steps back, and it's the cutest, weirdest.
Is that something she keeps doing, or was that just once?
She's now done it a couple times.
Maybe you're paying so much attention because there's nothing going on that like she's always been doing it, but then you guys are really noticing.
Well, it's possible. All cats have probably all been doing it, but they're just, you're living life. You're not looking at them.
My cat's having diarrhea.
Your cat is?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
No.
But I switched her food, and I'm hoping it's going to make a difference. But I called the vet, and they had a long wait time on the phone, which I don't understand why the wait time on the phone would be different during this time than any other time.
I feel like probably people are calling in, like, as opposed to driving.
Oh, yeah.
Pets in. They're like, what is this weird thing? There's a weird cough or something.
It was kind of crazy because I was just standing in the kitchen, and I could see her litter box from where I was. And then I just heard her, and I was like, I've never heard a cat fart. And then I looked over, and I was like, oh.
Then you ain't lived, honey.
I've never heard that either.
I'm a junior, honey. I've heard a cat fart.
You gotta hear a cat fart. I guess
I've never heard that.
Well, I don't know if it was a fart so much as something else. But anyway, is that the segue we want to use? I don't think so. I don't know if we're there yet. I feel like we're not there yet. I feel like...
Okay, great. Well,
I steered us in the wrong direction.
It is weird living with animals in this time because I'm always aware I live with animals, but I'm so aware I live with animals now because we never leave each other. And it's I'm just constantly thinking about how to deal with living with this animal. How do you clean up after them? How do you like coexist with them? It's wild to just share a living space with
I cut my dog's hair. That was really fun. It was so out of control, and there weren't any places open, so I just started cutting, and I got it. It was like kind of great.
Is your dog a terrier or part terrier?
She's Yorkie Maltese Chihuahua.
So no, because I know some dogs you like with terriers, I think you pull their hair instead of cut it. Have you heard this?
It comes out.
Oh,
Yeah, like you take it to a place and they pull. It's like a pulling. You get them thinned out is what they kind of do. It's not because it's just the way their
You
hair
can
is.
do that with your arm hair, as shown in our Funny or Die video.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time with my thick arm hair.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we have to bring our guests out. I'm really, really excited. She's a TV writer. She wrote for Outmatch on Fox. She wrote a cover story for Time magazine. That's amazing. She wrote for the New York Times. She has written for many amazing publications. I could really go on and on, but let's bring her out. It's Mariah Smith.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hi.
Wow.
You guys are crazy. I love you.
Thank you.
are crazy.
Oh my
Thank you for
God.
being here.
Of course, your dog having diarrhea, or your cat having diarrhea, Lapkus, reminded me. I'm allergic to dogs, but I have a dog. I have a mini poodle. And I generally don't let him in the bedroom. A week or so ago, I let him in the bedroom one morning. I was like, this is gonna be so fun, so cute. And I was watching NCIS or Grey's Anatomy, and all of a sudden my dog just looks at me and looks down, and he had vomited all over my white linen.
No.
And I was mortified. Then he went on to vomit elsewhere in the home as well. He's okay, but I was like, I am never letting you into my personal space ever again.
Oh my
Well,
God.
isn't it weird how like dogs and cats can throw up and they're fine, but they just do it every once in a while? Like it's just like
they do it all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And I actually had a dream that after that I had a dream I made my dog throw up by like, this sounds like I'm crazy, but by feeding it hydrogen peroxide and peanut butter.
this is the dream we were waiting for. This is it.
Now we really know you.
And I think in the dream, now that I remember, I was like, oh, this will clean him out, like it was a diet or a cleanse. I was like, this is what I need to do to my dog now to make him vomit. Horrible. I won't do it unless need to.
Don't you feel like they always throw up only on fabrics you care about?
Yeah.
It's like
They
my
always
great
throw
dog.
up
Yeah.
boo-boo on fabrics. He also,
Yes.
oh my God, he plopped out a turd as big as his body the other day in my bathroom, and I had to order a new bath mat. I was mortified. He looked at me the entire time he was shitting.
Well, how's the training going? How's the training?
You know, it's touch and go.
Oh, is it a new dog?
Yeah, I've had him since February.
Wow.
And he's from South Korea. He has a bit of a history. He was abandoned, but he's so sweet. He's hyperactive. He loves to bite. So that's a fun fact.
That's fun.
Did you have to get
Fun.
that?
Yeah.
Did you fly him over from South Korea, or like he was being flown over?
He was flown over from South Korea, and then he was in LA to decompress for 2 years. And then I got him.
What is this story? Why does he have to decompress for 2 years?
I don't know. And I feel like I was fed a bill of lies by the lady I adopted him from, but at least I have him now, so it's all good. I'm constantly being like, I love him. He has a good life.
Decompress is the funniest word to use for that. Like decompress.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Not even a
I
dog.
decompressed for 2 years.
You just had to go to the spa.
Yeah.
Self-care.
Oh my God.
What does that mean?
She didn't provide much more details. She just wanted to like chill him out, basically.
Yeah, and do you feel like that? I mean, I guess you don't know since you don't know what he was like before.
Yeah. I think it did help a little bit because he is pretty, all things considered, he's pretty chill. So I think it worked. I mean, all of us, if we had 2 years off, would be better people.
I think
which
we're about
working
to.
towards. Yeah, we're about to. We're
We're
working
in the
towards it.
process.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see. I'll tell you guys in 18 more months how I feel and if it relates to
We'll
sprinkle.
all be shitting on a floor.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
My friend in high school, his mom did shit on the floor while making eye contact with somebody.
Wait, what?
She's a big time.
Wait, what?
She was a big time animal person. And she was, at the time, I think she was working in a grooming place. And this guy came in and he was being, I don't know, he was demanding something or other that they didn't do. And she got so annoyed with him that she pulled her pants down, crouched on the floor, made eye contact with him, and shit.
That's psychotic. Okay, what was the relationship with? What was your
A
connection?
customer. He was a
What was
customer.
your connection to this person?
I knew her son in high school.
So it's a mom doing that.
What?
That is.
Did she clean herself up afterwards, or did?
I'm sure she cleaned it because I think she truly was I think it was her way of communicating. I think it was like her, it was like her fuck you.
That is.
I feel
so
like
crazy.
defecating is a red flag.
Yeah.
In your own place of business?
Yeah.
Someone. Well, yes, in a place of business, but also on someone's property, anywhere but, like, if you have an accident, I've had plenty. If you have an accident,
we could get into that.
Yeah, we could.
Yep.
Oh boy, the stories I could tell. That's one thing, but to on purpose defecate anywhere but a place that's designated for that, I
Yeah.
think is a red flag.
Well, and
Oh,
shit out of
100%.
spite is not normal.
Shitting out of spite is not
And
the
on
step.
command. That is
That's the part.
It's unnatural.
That is the part. That's impressive.
It's
that is-
bizarre.
Yeah, to be able to do it. I wonder if the rage made her have to poop and she just in the moment was like, the timing's perfect.
Or if she already had to, but then like he was being annoying, so she was like, I'll just do it here.
Let's make a moment.
How would you ever relax that much? Like, even if I wanted to do that, I think there's no way my body would let me.
No way. No way.
You have to be in another state of mind.
I could do it.
Yeah, you have to do it.
You could.
I could.
I would never, but I could.
Yeah, I could. I could. I wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
If I do, it's a red flag.
But if I was
had
really
to-
mad,
Okay, yeah.
It's not.
If you
If I
had,
had to, I would. If I didn't have to, I could think about it.
Well, like, what
I
if you
love-
went to the doctor and they were like, what if the doctor was like, you need to go give us a stool sample? Like, you probably make something happen.
but I don't think they don't do that at the office though.
Well, no, you have to just wait for the time. But if they
I think they do it at the office.
As someone who's given many samples,
Oh, well then, forgive me.
they
Forgive
let you
me.
take it. They let you take it home.
Well, sometimes you can mail it.
no,
I
I think
don't
they
know.
let you do it at the office.
Oh, Stephanie, we don't have time.
Is my mic
Oh.
on? I
Oh.
said they do
Oh my
let you do
Oh,
it.
no.
bullshit.
I love the thought though that it's just a red flag. Like it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
red
It's a
flag.
red flag.
Just
Step
noted.
in the wrong direction.
Wait, that's a good
Yeah.
question. Mariah, what is one of your deal breakers for dating someone? Like, what is one thing where you're like, oh, that's just not at all, ever?
Well,
Or
you know
like-
my standards are quite low.
Well, that's kind of why I'm asking.
My there was a time I dated a guy who on the date told me that he was an ex-felon and that he elected to go to prison because he had gained enough weight to go to prison and he wanted to put it
What's
to
he,
use.
like muscular?
He was not. He was
Like-
not. But he said in that time he did. And then that wasn't the deal breaker. That wasn't the deal breaker. I went to a second location with him where he then told me once he was released from prison, he lived in California and drove from California to Manhattan. And in each state he drove through, he went on a Tinder date with someone who was married. That was the only thing. Like his only qualifications, like they have to be married, and I'll go on a date with them.
Why?
Yeah. Did he think he was like quirky?
He
like,
thought he was.
what?
He then told me later after I went to the third location with him. That wasn't the deal breaker.
A third.
He told me that
This
he loved
information
being
is-
in control, and that's why he liked dating married women for some reason.
Wait, because what?
He liked being in control, which doesn't make sense.
Red flag
Well,
number 5.
It
Yeah.
makes some sense because, like, it feels like if you're doing that, like, you have some sort of power over the person because but I mean, I guess my natural tendency is to think that the person in the relationship has the power because they tell you they can or can't talk or something.
Exactly.
But
But
then
I
maybe there's something about like the games you play by like the person reaching out to you that like
Yeah.
that's power play.
He said his favorite part of his job was firing people, and that
Is this Donald Trump?
Secret tell. He I don't know. But he, I think now is in the process of writing a book because he was in jail for cyber terrorism.
What is that?
Wow.
It was for one of those old like CD shops in the mall. I'm far too young to remember all the way.
Columbia House.
Something like that. He helped them get away with some crime.
Wow.
And he deleted it though from the internet because of course he's a cyber terrorist and there's no, backlog of whatever he did. But that was fun. When I met him, his brother, fun fact, is a Tony Award winner.
Hey.
So there's a lot of good things in families, a lot of terrible things.
Different skills.
Yeah. So
I'm the right brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was a kid, we did Columbia House records where they would send you 10 CDs for a penny.
Oh, I remember
And
that.
we did it, and from what I understand, we never paid more than that. We kept getting CDs.
And you got to keep the CDs?
Yeah, I don't remember my parents like getting mad or anything. I don't think that it was being charged.
I think it had to have been.
But we were filling out. My brother and I did it as kids. Like we didn't have a credit card.
But I think that's how they got you.
I'm gonna have to look back into this. I'm gonna ask some tough questions and see if we were abusing it.
Yeah.
I feel like my sister did that, and like it was troublesome. Like, or maybe they just billed you a bunch and then no one paid the bill.
That's the thing. That's what I think it was, and I think that's part of why it was so insane that they were doing that. But now I'm gonna research this after the show because I think it was such a weird time in history.
That's bizarre. That's swindling children.
I know, because we got the Little Mermaid album and Jurassic Park.
Ooh, good one.
Okay, Jurassic Park.
You can check all the boxes you want.
That is so wild. Was any part of like going on a date or dating somebody who had that sort of interesting life experience? Were you like, hey, I'm interested in hearing about this, or were you like scared from the beginning?
I wasn't scared. I was fascinated because I knew I was like, okay, cyber terrorism isn't a heinous crime. So good on him for that. And then again, another thing I should mention, when we got an Uber, he used the name of someone in his brother's cast, like the real name of someone instead of his own name.
Oh dear.
And again, I didn't take that as a hint. I just thought he was being quirky.
Was he very attractive?
One couldn't say he was.
If you asked 1,000 people, no one would say so.
No one would say so.
One would say
okay. They give him a good okay and a pat on the back, I think. But he was tall. He was very tall.
That goes a long way. That goes a long way.
That's my kryptonite. What can I say?
I love it.
You like really tall?
Really tall. I would take the tallest men in the world who are in danger of dying, like an 8 foot tall man whose legs are giving out. I love it. Organ failure, give it to me. They're tall.
I mean, when you meet or in the presence of like NBA players and how tall they are, like it's taller than you understand.
Yeah.
Like
you can even
to be 6'10" is like so tall.
I can't fathom it. It's like that's something that's out of a storybook and I've got to have it.
Yeah. It's attractive. Yeah.
You want to climb that beanstalk. You want to get back.
I got to meet Reggie Miller, and he was extremely tall. And
who was that?
Oh, he's like I'm gonna mess up his like credentials, but
he's on the Pacers, right? Indiana Pacers.
I think so. And he was like known for trash talking, is what I learned.
Ooh. And his sister is an incredible.
He's in the WNBA.
Yeah.
But he is like so attractive and so tall and so like, he was just he's very tall. Yeah. I'll just keep saying that, but I was like into it.
That's how those NBA players get away with it. Tristan Thompson, all the rest of them, that's it.
Speaking of, I wanted to ask you, Kardashian connections, but Kylie, it was said today that she's not a billionaire, which I was like, this is crazy. It came out that it was like a lie.
She's not a billionaire.
What?
And the article is so shady. They call Kris Jenner shrewd. It's like they concocted all of these lies over the years to get Forbes to name them to name Kylie a billionaire. And Forbes wrote this whole expose detailing all of the lies, everything that had to have gone down. And what shows me that Forbes is salty in the best way is Kylie apparently is worth $900 million, but isn't quite a billionaire.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close. I thought it was like way off.
That's what I thought too. And then they were like, yes, she is worth $900 million. Yes, but she's not a billionaire. So.
Okay, well, that's basically the same thing. And she probably fluctuates in and out of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember with Trump that Forbes magazine was like, he's the only person, and maybe I guess this is before her, but that like solicited it. Like they're like, usually we find the people and we just say who's like billionaires. And he was somebody that was like, every year, like put me on it.
Campaigning.
Well, that's what I was wondering about Kylie, because I thought no one's like, I didn't think you could submit yourself to be a billionaire.
Yeah, they campaigned hard.
That's hilarious.
I feel like it turns out that's the truth about everything. There was something else that I found out recently. You have to submit yourself, and it's sort of like
it's crazy. Again, a Forbes. It's like the 30 under 30. You have to submit yourself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or the Hollywood, the Walk of Fame, the stars. You have to
start. Yeah, you have
that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $10,000 or something to get your star.
What is your feeling with the Kardashians? Like, do you like them? Or are you like hate them? Are you neutral? Like, where do you land at the end of the day, and just in terms of your feelings toward them?
Can I give a little background on like what you do?
Oh yeah, you should.
Okay, because Mariah writes an article or like a series called Keeping Up with the Continuity Errors, where she keeps track of the Kardashians and when things occurred on their reality show in real time. So she's like, they actually shot this July episode at Christmas time, or vice versa. Like, I looked at their Instagrams, I figured out what their nails were at these times. Like, she will pull their Instagrams to find the details. Like, it's like, you're a detective.
That's
cool. So the crux of it all is I love spotting liars, and I love calling them out. Like, that's been my whole life's work. That truly, since I was a child, if you're a liar, I found out in 3rd grade that my 3rd grade teacher and then my sister's teacher, who then was in like 5th grade, they were having an affair, and both of them were married at the time. And
I found out?
Yes, and I told them because of the stories that I heard them tell. And I told my family, and they were like, Mariah, you're crazy, you're crazy. Lo and behold, one day we're at a McDonald's, and Mr. Coon, not Mr. Coon, oh God, we'll say Mr. Coon drives up, and the front seat immediately goes back, and that was Miss Serenita, and then she pops back up and is like, hi, hello, and that type of thing. So that is where all of the
being like, go back.
Yeah, it's like, it was, and then I felt vindicated because I'm like, listen, I told you guys this for a year, and now it's finally you see it.
So funny.
They're going on McDonald's dates.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's serious.
Bad relationship. So that's how I feel sort of about the Kardashians. I respect a hustle, and I won't knock someone for being famous. Like, have at it. Do that. If that's your job, that's your job. But sometimes the appropriation, the content, everything piled on top of one another, it makes me, like, every day I say I retire. Like, I'm done. I can't do it. These people have worn me thin. I can't look at the content. I can't engage. I don't want to do it. But then again, I'll see a photo of Kris Jenner, and I'm like, that is my soul. So it's hard to
every day something else that's like crazy. So it's like, it's hard to stay away.
It's hard to stay away. And I feel like I'm tethered to them in a way that's similar to us. Like, it is, my underground soul is forever tethered to them. I'll eat the bunny rabbits. I'll do everything. It is what I need. But in real life, I'm like, give it a rest. Give it a rest.
Are there other people? I think that's so fascinating that at a young age you were seeking out liars and
yeah,
them.
You're like the real Harriet Spy.
Yeah,
that's what they called me.
Really?
Yeah, I locked myself in my room, and I would watch the Olsen twins, their detective movies. I made people.
Those movies.
Love them. I made people give fingerprints before coming into my room. I had a little ink pad.
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
correctly, I did have a trench coat, but I could be making that up. But I just never trusted people.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know what that says about my parents and how they raised me, but
A lot. Says a lot.
Because I was just like, something in the milk ain't clean and I'm going to find out the truth. And if I don't, I'll die trying.
Did you spy on your family too and figure stuff out?
Yes,
Like,
I did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did. Like my dad, he enlisted me to be his eyes and ears for one of my sisters. So she would,
And you did it?
oh yeah, she would tell me stuff, and then I'd go tell my dad, like, oh my God, Rachel made out with this guy Chris in the stairway at school, and then she told Brian that she had a crush on him, and I thought I was getting it.
I mean, if I were the parent, I would love that. It's like,
Yes,
so
I
good.
couldn't help myself. I couldn't, as a child, I did whatever I was led to do. I also sold candy bars at church for money for myself.
Oh,
I
wow.
would go to Sam's, buy candy bars, sell them, and I said, if you don't like what I'm doing, don't buy it from me.
That's good.
That's what it is. And that's just how I grew
sisters
up.
do you have? You have 2 sisters?
I have 2 sisters. I'm the youngest of 3.
Okay.
And would you say that you yourself are a very honest person?
Cut to Mariah cheating at trivia brunch on Zoom 3 weeks ago. But yeah.
Were you Googling?
I'm a very honest person. And I will go to my grave. But listen, Lapkus, at the brunch, I told them I cheated.
I was gonna say, yes, I only am teasing you because you are very honest, because you came clean within the same moment that you did it, basically. So your team won. And then she goes, I did have a little help from Google, and we were all like freaking out, and it was crazy, but
That's so funny.
But I think I'm honest. I'd have to poll a few people to see, but I feel like I'm pretty honest. I believe in radical honesty, and honesty to the point where it hurts sometimes.
Oh, God.
Have you had an instance that you would want to talk about where you feel like you were too honest, or not too honest, but so honest that it did hurt somebody, or like you felt like it was hard to be so honest?
I never have felt bad about being honest.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And even if it unfortunately hurt people in a way, it was helpful and it hurt the right people. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's a great lesson to learn young. Like, I feel like I still have to like force myself to learn that lesson every time I'm like struggling with having a hard conversation with a friend. I'm like, it's always better. It's always fucking better. But like, it's so hard every time.
It is really hard, and it's like it's always better because it's the clearest path. Like, but it's not, doesn't make it easy. I mean, I was such a liar when I was a little kid. I feel like I was like lying. I lied a lot more than
I lied a lot when I was a kid. I lied, and I struggled with the thought. I thought for a while I was a pathological liar, and then I was like, I just got to be straight up honest all the time. So that's what it changed, and there we go.
I do think it's like a developmental thing with kids though. Like, I think like you're sort of like trying out what it is to say certain things and what that means. Like, I feel like you're trying out what honesty even feels like, and like, feel
and
comfortable.
the consequences of not being honest, you don't understand fully until you
Right.
Well, it's so funny because anytime a kid I know has lied to me, I know it immediately. I'm like,
exactly.
Yeah.
You think you're getting away with it as a kid, but adults are just like, I'm not going to deal with that right now. Like, I don't care that you lied about that.
I have a question about Google. Since you talked about Googling something during trivia, is there something that you're curious about, but you're too scared to Google it?
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely. I'm curious about how how well it would work to murder someone with an icicle and would the evidence truly disappear. But I won't ever Google that.
Because the icicle would melt?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And I wonder, like, just for reference, like, how do you burn a body, or how you just dispose of a body? Like, stuff like that.
I love that you don't want to Google it, but you're putting it on.
I am putting it on.
But this is what's so funny.
That was a trap. I did that.
Did you guys watch Dead to Me?
Yes, and that's what, and I struggle, like, when she was like, you can't Google that, there are truly things I will never Google because...
No. And when I was sitting there watching with Mike, I think I said the most like sociopathic thing because I was like, well, this is when she should just be Googling like, how tall is Tom Cruise? How, just random things that you're Googling, we're just hanging out. And there's like
doing crazy questions. Yeah.
I remember when we like Wild Horses traveled to DC like years ago to go to do a show, and we were gonna go to the White House and we had to do like a background check. And I still remember being like, I'll never pass. They're gonna look into my Google, and there's just no way. They will not let me in that house with Barack Obama.
Well, wasn't that fascinating? That woman was rejected because she had a DUI in her, like when she was like 21, and she was like,
yeah. And she couldn't get into the White House because of that?
For a tour.
I just thought they were gonna look at the porn history.
I don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They're like,
you don't know what I'm looking at.
Everybody's fucked up. One thing I'm scared to Google is, but I'm just curious. I want to know, how do you get on the dark web? How does that even work?
I still want to learn how to do this.
I saw something on Twitter today. I don't know if it's true, but they said only what we would see on the internet is 4% of the internet, and the rest is the dark web.
4%?
Yes, like we're only privy to 4% of the internet.
That's like like we're on the planets and the rest is all the air.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm on like 1% because I only go to Instagram and Twitter and like don't look at any other websites. Like there's
what is the dark web? Like I feel like I don't have an understanding.
Well, there's a book about
Google.
There's
don't
a book
Google
about
it.
Mary.
I'll Google it.
What is it?
There's a book that feels so anti-dark web.
I know, but
I know, right?
Yeah, but it's I don't really know. All I know is like that's where all the things that can exist on the internet are. Like I don't know.
But like what?
Well, so this was
a lot of bad things.
That's what. Yeah, Stephanie. My question was like, I thought it would be fun to go to because in my mind I was like, ooh, and I know we've talked about this before. I was like, I wanted to order one of those suicide pills for just in case, not for me, just to wear on my necklace for just in case. You never know. But
wear your necklace.
To wear
just said not for me.
To put in my little locket.
Well, but what I mean is not for me in this light, in my no reason is what I mean right now. But like, I think the example.
You never know what will happen in your
life.
life.
If I end up in a basement in a Saw situation and someone's going to chop off my body parts over the course of months, I'd rather just off myself. That kind of thing. Very rare.
Well, it's things like that. It's things like really depraved things that are illegal.
But I've heard it's a lot of like horrifying videos of like torture and death, and that part I don't.
And some people have access. I don't get it.
Well, anyone can have access.
Yeah, you just have to like click the right links, I think, to get
it's basically like hackerish sort of stuff.
Browser or something like
that. Ooh, that's fun.
I think because I don't think we can just access it by looking.
No.
Or like by searching on Bing or
whatever. On Bing.
Bing.
Wow.
You know me, I've got my Bing and I can't get to the dark web.
What about Ask Jeeves? Good God.
Here, there's a book called The Dark Net, which tells you all about it.
Already feels like it's dated if it's called The Dark
Net. Yeah, the net. Is it Netscape?
Sandra Bullock.
I Googled a book about the dark web and I have a lot of typos because how does Google always know what you meant?
Because it's in our mind.
Yeah.
So many people must have the same typos.
Yeah.
96% of the internet is that we don't access. All of that is organs and terrible things. It's just what else is out there? Just so
well, and who are these people? Like
who are these people?
I don't think you have to be smart to get there.
I think it's teenagers and dirty old men.
No, I don't think
that's
you do.
the dark web.
Yeah, I think you just need to know how to do it and then anyone can do it. Like I think it's a lot of people who have bad intentions.
But is it here's what I don't understand. Like, because you were saying, Mariah, that like so you can just click the right link and you might get to it. But then once you're there, are you there? And then you look around?
Well, does anyone else picture it as being like a black screen with like green writing?
Do.
Wouldn't it be like normal internet?
I think of it like when we would do like the Oregon Trail back in the day, where
Yes!
the script was very like Ghost Rider-y.
Yes, Ghost Rider.
You know, that's how I think of the dark web, where it's just taking us fully back.
Wasn't it
Mine
so
is-
funny to name characters in Oregon Trail like Poop Face and
Well, I loved it because I just discovered in Animal Crossing that you can make a character say a catchphrase.
Oh yeah, what does yours say?
Eat my butt. So he's like, "Hey, what's up? Eat my butt." And it's just like all he says now. It's great. I love it. It's very entertaining.
I
There's
feel
not
like
much going on right now in my
in
quarantine.
4th grade, I had like the most massive disconnect from everybody that played Oregon Trail, where I was like, I have no interest. This is I couldn't understand it. And everybody like went to the computer and I was like, now what the fuck am I gonna do?
That's how I was too. I know they had it on the computers in my like computer class that I guess I took, but people would put it on and I was like, I guess I'll just draw.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess
I
I'll just
learned
sit in my
absolutely
seat.
nothing. I just remember typing and seeing the little pixelated things
I
going
learned
across
about
the screen.
dysentery.
Oh
Well,
yes, I did learn about
yes.
that. I did
So
learn about
I
that.
would always name the character Penis. Then Penis would get a snake bite, or Penis would get dysentery. And it was
Aw.
always a very funny moment in 4th grade. I mean, I don't know.
Very funny.
See, I was in like kindergarten and 1st grade when I was playing Oregon Trail, so my memories are a little fuzzy.
Spotty.
A little spotty.
Little spotty.
Really like talking about The Net, you know, the movie with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Great.
You guys
Great.
seen that?
No.
I haven't seen it since it came out, so I don't.
It is shockingly not dated, despite still having the sound of dial-up in it. Like it's
Ooh, I'm gonna
so
watch that tonight.
It's good.
I'm gonna
it's
watch
so
it right
good.
now.
It's so good. But there's like this part, like she gets this like bug on her computer and it like connects to this thing where it's like Mozart's Ghost and it keeps like playing. And it like it's like this like ghost band. That to me is the dark web, where I'm like, oh, I can't get out of this image.
Yeah, that's what I picture too. Or just when I choose to put the dark background on my Twitter and it's supposed to make
Yes.
you sleepy.
Yeah. That kind of vibe.
One of our people running the UCB thing says Amazon search results count as the deep web. The deep web is anything search engines can't access, like the server and back end of every website.
Back end.
Is the deep web the same as the dark web?
That I don't know.
Probably.
Like the deep end as opposed to dark water?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like deep web sounds interesting because it sounds like it would be like beneath every website you see. But I don't really get it. I don't get why I would need access to that. But
so that means every time I'm ordering like my body wash off Amazon, I'm on the dark web.
You're buying your body wash on Amazon?
I do buy my body wash on Amazon. I buy this I love my body wash.
Apparently you're not supposed to buy beauty products on Amazon.
Because a lot of times they're fake.
They're fake sellers.
Oh, I think this one wouldn't be because it's from it's like all their brand are on one seller. Like it's like a health food store kind of thing.
What kind of body
It
wash?
looks great, so hopefully it's doing its work.
It's
What's it called?
Nutribiotic, and it's like all natural ingredients. It's like grapefruit seed extract and like tea tree oil and coconut oil.
Sounds
I
like
like
it smells
that.
Ooh, tingly.
I want to try to order less things on Amazon.
Oh my god,
I
me
know.
too. I was trying to do that before this, and then boy, that plan went out the window.
Yeah.
I know, but every time I do it, I'm like, can I take one more second and try to figure out a different website? Like, is it better to order from PetSmart than Amazon? Or
Well, and there are so many like individual little companies that if you actually just search them, they do sell. Like I don't know why it didn't occur to me to do that.
And now they deliver. Like
Yeah.
your local bookstore will deliver.
oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Mariah, what were you gonna say? I think I interrupted you.
See, I've forgotten now, but it's okay.
Fuck me.
It's all right. I will try to forgive you one of these days.
What's the picture behind you, Mariah?
Oh, oh God, I thought I was covering it. It's a David Paris art rendering of little dolls, little Barbies. And it's a naked man cooking for a black Barbie. My dream.
Yes.
I love it. You can see it's a nice butt.
It is a nice butt. very, proportional.
He doesn't look that tall.
I know.
Not as
Ken dolls really are more proportionate than Barbie dolls. Like their bodies are.
Whoever was designing Ken dolls were freaks. I'll tell you that much.
And the creator of Barbie and Ken are her kids' names.
That is nasty.
Really?
That is nasty.
So think about that when you smash your Barbie and Ken together.
I always do.
What about Skipper?
I don't know where that came from.
I felt much more connected to Skipper. I felt like I honestly could never get past Barbie's breasts to relate to her. They're just too
Love my Barbies, but Skipper was great with her flat feet and her small boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Although small,
Why
she was
was
still probably a D.
Huh?
She was still probably a D, even though she was small compared to Barbie.
Skipper was
Barbie would tip over if she were a real person. That's what they always say, right?
Yeah.
I think
Why did she name her daughter Barbie?
I guess
Short for Barbara.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara.
Yeah.
I feel like in the 90s there was a woman
Barbara and Ken.
Kenneth.
Barbara and
Ken
Kenneth.
and Barb. Ken and Barb are
Listen.
coming for dinner.
Listen, Barb.
I feel like in the 90s there was a woman, I think I saw her on like Jerry Springer or something. She got plastic surgery as close as you possibly can to be Barbie's exact measurements. Like, and I'm
Yes, I've seen that.
Yes. And she did like an air diet where her diet was absorbing sunlight and air.
love that diet. Yeah, I love that diet.
That's
So I
not food.
remember reading an article about her. She was like a real life Barbie, and she looked so much like Barbie.
It was terrifying.
Terrifying.
I think she had ribs removed so that she could have the tiny waist, because Barbie's waist is like.
Well, what about that woman who tried to look like a cat by getting all the plastic surgery?
Did she die yet?
Yet.
But then she had 8 more lives, so it was okay.
Did she die?
But
Okay. Yes.
Love it. I see what you did.
See? This is what we're talking about.
That was really upsetting to me. I mean, all of it is. That was as upsetting to me as that Candelabra movie when Matt Damon gets surgery and looks like, what's his name?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
I found that whole concept so upsetting.
Yeah, that was really strange. Or was it Rob? Oh, no, it was.
Candelabra movie?
Candelabra.
What was it? What is Candelabra?
Behind the Candelabra? Or
Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it?
Under the
Yeah.
Candelabra? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
Betwixt the Candelabra?
Yeah,
Yes, that's definitely it. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say there's a 1 day break from pandemic, quarantine, everything. Like you get 1 day of normal where everything is just the way you want it to be. Like everything's open and you can see anybody, but time still exists like for flights and whatnot. What would you do with that 1 day?
I would fly to Amsterdam immediately.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, that would be my number one thing. Screw a hug from family, screw anything else from that. Because I live alone with my dog who bites me. But I would buy a one-way ticket to Amsterdam and call it a day.
Oh my God, I love it. So then you would be quarantined in Amsterdam for the rest of it. That's great. That
What
didn't
do you
occur to me to do that.
What do you love about Amsterdam?
I think it's so beautiful. I love the people there. I think that like Amsterdam is my soul. That is there's no other way to describe it. Like it is everything I want in a city, a place, and people. That is it.
It's so pretty there.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. I felt that way going there. Like, I'm like, I could live here.
That's the exact thing. Like there are only 2 places I felt that way. It was Amsterdam and Seattle. And both those cities, I'm like, I could live here and be totally fine.
What about Tokyo? Don't you like you could live in Tokyo? I mean, besides living
I would rather live in like Osaka or Kyoto.
Yeah. I was there 1 year ago today. It's all my like flashbacks on Instagram and it's killing me because I hate that we can't go anywhere right now.
Yeah.
It's so brutal.
It's tough.
Amsterdam would be amazing with the bike culture though. It's so fun.
I would not ride a bike. I would not do that. No, I'm terrified. I think bikes are death traps.
Really? Even there where it's like so.
Oh God, absolutely. I have my aunt's aunt who lives in Amsterdam broke her hip riding a bike and she still has to ride a bike to work. I'm like, that's torture. Torture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we do need to wrap it up so we can jump into the
Yes.
improv, but we could just keep talking forever.
I know, it's so great.
Been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so much.
Everyone out there, give a round of applause in your home. Smith.
Thank you. Have fun.
Go follow her on Instagram and Twitter, and now we will do some improv for you all.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready for some improv? Mary, get down.
Oh God, my English class is driving me crazy.
Oh,
I just came in here to get a break from them. I mean, they're so disrespectful.
Kids today.
well, I brought lunch for everyone. Actually, it's my
Oh,
day, so I brought everyone a little bag.
What are you talking about? You cooked it?
I cooked it. It's steamed carrots and turkey sandwiches and some chips.
I'm just
Venus,
gonna go
that's
into
so
the.
nice of you.
I'm gonna go into the old Halloween candy drawer again. I think for lunch. I'm on that diet. You know, the
Oh, boy.
air, the sunlight, the old Halloween candy diet.
Hey,
Uh,
treat yourself.
would you serve me up a plate of that?
I'd love to.
Appreciate it. Thank you. How are you guys doing? I feel like I just came in and just started talking about myself in my English class. But how's math? How's geometry? How's
You know,
trigonometry?
squares and circles. You know, every single day I'm just up there drawing squares and circles.
I tell you what.
I actually stopped teaching math because the kids weren't getting it. So I've started teaching something else entirely.
What are you teaching?
Dreams and what they mean.
Oh.
So every day, all my kids come in and they share their dreams, and I analyze them, and I say, well, what does that mean about your parents? And what does that mean about your friends at school who you're having a problem with? And we sit in a circle, and I really get down to business.
But we have the SOLs coming up in May.
I don't care about the SOLs. I can't care about the SOLs. The kids weren't getting it. They weren't getting it. Maybe it was something I was doing. I don't think so, but they weren't getting it.
I'm gonna tell on you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's wrong.
Who are you
I'm
gonna tell?
spying on you, and I'm gonna write it in my journal. And
Stephanie.
Who are you gonna tell? Who are you gonna tell? Who are you gonna tell?
Mr. Crin.
The principal? No.
Stephanie, you cannot tell Mr. Crane about penis.
Stephanie.
Penis.
That's my
Penis.
name. Stephanie, you can tell Mr. Crane whatever you want. You actually can, because you know why?
Why?
Why penis?
Because I'm actually having a bit of a affair with him.
What?
We've gone to McDonald's 4 times.
Here I am.
God, Mr. Crin!
I was under the table the whole time.
Oh my God!
Guilty. Guilty.
Crane, you can't just listen to everything I say.
Oh, I forgot the rules again. She's so
Learn
pretty.
under the table. That's
I'm in
a
charge.
violation.
I'm in charge of this affair. I have the power.
She's in control. We say it all the time. She says, "Who's in control?" I say, am I in control? No, you're not. And I say, I know you're in control. You are.
Penis. His
both
voice
really-
is red flags. Red flags.
What, Stephanie?
His voice is red flag.
I don't really mind his voice, actually. I
You
don't
think
really
my voice, excuse me, you think my voice is a red flag? Is that what you're saying?
That was private conversation.
Stephanie, you think his voice is a red flag? How about the fact that he's 8 feet tall and his legs don't work anymore?
Oh my God.
And how about the fact that he's going to jail soon for cyber terrorism?
You like that?
Are you pooping?
Not the fact.
I just shit on the faculty room floor.
Mr. Crin, I was so busy defending you, I didn't even see what you were doing.
You never pay attention to me, and you know what? That's why I like you. I like it a lot.
You're the principal. You just shit on the faculty lounge floor?
I'm the principal, and it felt good to just relax for a second and let everything out.
Oh my
Literally.
God.
Keep the roasted carrots. Check, please.
Oh, okay. What are you, Mr. Bean?
Thank you. Am I?
I guess so. You're a comedian now.
Someone just defecated on the. We need to clean this up, penis.
Not it.
Not it.
Penis isn't clean.
I'll do it.
Circle, dot, not it.
I'm in.
Square.
I am not here.
I keep volunteering. I keep saying I'll do it.
But
Well,
Mr.
you
Green, you should. You should clean up. It's yours.
Okay.
What
I'll
do you mean penis isn't clean?
Penis
Let's
doesn't
clean
clean.
that.
Penis doesn't clean.
Penis doesn't clean.
How long has this affair been going on? What about Craig?
I don't care about Craig really, but I have to stay married to him because it's the deal. You know, it's too hard to get a divorce. I am having an affair and it's very fun.
Craig's a great guy.
Look, he doesn't even pay attention at all, okay? Craig is the janitor at this school, and he doesn't even notice there's a big shit on the floor in the teacher's lounge. Like,
What?
Craig
It just happened in front of us, the closed door. What do you mean he doesn't notice?
Craig doesn't check in with me very much.
This is just so sad. I mean, I was your matron of honor.
I know.
I was really rooting for you guys.
Well, it's Craig here. Thought I heard my name mentioned when I was walking by. Hey, babe, how are you?
Hey, Craig, so there's a big human feces on the floor if you want to get to that.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I miss it every time.
Craig?
Hey, yeah, what's going on?
Hey, I think you should tell.
Who do you think?
Penis? I think.
Penis is cheating on you with Mr. Crin, and that too shit is on the floor.
Real nice.
Call me Harriet.
Real nice.
This sounds like you guys are making
The
up.
spy?
What are you, Harriet the spy? You think you know everything? Stephanie,
That's what everybody calls me.
Stephanie, why don't you give us a little bit of insight about what's going on in your life, since I've been spying on you a little bit online and I've seen everything you've Google searched in the last year.
Oh, girl time. I'll sit down for this and then I'll clean up that poop.
You're sitting on it.
Oh.
Craig.
You babe.
Stephanie, I know what you've been Googling.
What?
How to murder with an icicle. Does an icicle melt with fingerprints still on it? Is it just water then, but does water have fingerprints? For a year you've been doing this. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Are you making icicles in your freezer? It's California.
Does water have fingerprints?
No, not when it melts.
Well, if it was a man made out of water, he might have water fingerprints.
So who cares if I'm trying to figure out how to kill someone?
Well, I'm wondering who it is and why you are. I mean, there's a reason to care about that.
If I have to clean it up, I want to know too.
Will you guys help me with something?
Oh, God, I have to get back to my English class.
What?
I have a student I don't like.
Named?
Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is he a senior or a junior?
He's a junior.
And what are you going to do about it?
Well, I was just thinking, I could possibly
What?
Kill him?
Wait. Do that with your mouth again, because with my view, it looks like my eyes are the top half.
I'm in a different.
What? Kill him?
It really looks like that. Wait, you can't kill a student, Stephanie.
Wait, what do you
I
mean?
didn't say I was going to.
But you said you were
You
thinking
just asked
about
for our help.
I was just floating it out there.
Well, no, I'm not going to help you.
Okay.
And Penis, Craig, you shouldn't help either.
We're not.
Babe, don't help. I'll
Trust
do it.
me, I'm
I'll
not.
do it.
Craig.
Craig, don't be a hero.
Oh, come on. Nobody ever expects the janitor. That should be in my new novel.
Nobody expects the janitor?
Nobody
Well,
ever
let's not talk about your old novel.
Hey, that novel would have been really good if it had been published.
Yeah.
Why do you want to kill Jeremy, Stephanie? Or why are you thinking about it or floating the idea? What did he do?
Come here. He's a sociopath.
What?
He's a sociopath.
Sociopath?
In what way?
I put them in groups to do group projects.
Mhm.
And this guy thinks he's a leader and he's the future sociopath president.
president. They elect presidents?
No, he could be. He could be the next one. And I say we get him out early.
I feel like we're getting so close to each other. Every time we lean over this table and get right up in each other's mouths and ears to hear each other, why don't we just speak, okay? We don't have to get so close. I can hear your thoughts practically.
Babe,
You know what? Just forget it.
Craig, I'm having an affair with Mr. Kryn.
The shitter.
No, no, you're making up an Oregon Trail story again. This isn't
I
real.
actually believe in radical honesty, and I'm not lying. And sometimes radical honesty really hurts, and I'm having an affair with the principal.
But what has he got that I don't got?
Status, personality, intrigue, handsome.
Okay, that all really hurt. But you know what? It's clear. It's very clear. And a part of me, a small part, feels relieved.
Craig,
Good.
I'm so sorry to interject at this really vulnerable moment. Do you mind cleaning up the poop that's in here? Because it's still here on the floor.
Oh.
And I would do it, but I don't have the...
I will adios the poop, and then I will adios...
I'm so sorry to make you...
I would do it too, but it just stinks.
And then after you do that, if you could just move out of our house, out of our townhome.
You want me to move? You want me to move out?
It's just easier for Principal.
Principal's gonna move in?
Principal, he really likes our fire.
Oh, you told him.
Oh my God.
Kryn,
you're here with him. He's here.
Oh, where is he?
He was just here.
Okay, here I have to call it out. One of you keeps ducking under the table when the other one's there. So it's like you just keep missing each other. Like it's you're so close to seeing each other. It's almost driving me crazy.
It does feel weird.
Should we tell her, Principal?
Tell her? What are we gonna tell her?
We're one dude, dummy.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Venus, listen.
Yeah. I'm the janitor and I'm the principal. Because you know what? A man does not have to be one thing. A man can be more than one thing. See how I just changed and now I'm both of them?
We solved it.
What? The riddle that's been on the board for the whole school year?
Yes. Pie is pie except for when it's not. Who else could it be? I solved it.
Right.
It's not. A man isn't always one thing he's not.
Exactly.
This is like Good Will Hunting. You guys are like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting.
Wait,
so wait a minute. You've been playing two different people this whole time? Principal Kryn? Craig?
Principal Kryn?
Have you been collecting 2 paychecks as well?
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry. I mean, Craig's is really small.
Okay. I'm willing to stay with you if you're willing to share your income with me.
Sure thing.
Penis.
Stephanie,
I'm sorry. Your standards were low when it was both of them. Now that is one penis, I seriously like.
That's right.
I think you get a sick pleasure out of saying my name.
No, we're just stating penis. Penis.
No.
Okay, Stephanie.
Penis has
Penis
has dysentery.
I love it. I have 2 kids named Penis and Vagina. And so when I say penis, I go, that reminds me of my daughter.
Really? You've never mentioned them.
Well, I've been meaning to mention it because it's become an issue in all the classes they're in because the kids can't ever get past the fact that those are their names.
You gotta have confidence. It's the one thing I've learned. Mm-hmm. Stephanie, I'm sorry, really quickly though, you're going to murder a student of yours. I just wanted to
I'm not going to. I was just looking up how.
My penis looks like an icicle.
That's not true.
It melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Icicles melt everywhere. Look,
an icicle penis is not cute.
It's so pointy.
A pointy tip.
It's
They
not.
love it. Ladies love it.
Oh, so you've been with more ladies? Is that what you're saying?
Before you, babe.
I just wanted a break from my English class. I got so much more than I bargained for.
Let's get into that old Halloween candy.
Oh yeah, what's in there? Oh wait, are you her too?
Okay, jig's up.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You might have noticed I'm always in the teacher's lounge. It's because I don't have any classes. I'm too busy being principal, being janitor, and then spying on you guys in the teacher's lounge. That's right. I'm the real spy, but I hired one of you to be a fake spy to throw you off.
Which one of us?
Whichever one of you was saying earlier you're a spy, and I can't remember.
Not me.
Stephanie.
Not it.
Stephanie.
Huh? I didn't say it.
Stephanie, you did say that.
It was specifically you.
Then you.
I don't recall that. I said I was Harriet, as in Tubman.
The spy? No.
Kevin the spy.
The spy.
No,
spy.
Harriet
The
the Tubman.
No, it's not the Tubman. It's like it's not the Titanic.
Titanic.
No, it's
Titanic.
You just throw thes in wherever you want.
no.
Stephanie, I'm going to report you to the authorities because I know that you're up to no good. I like I've said, I've been looking at Google searches for the past year. I've seen lots and lots of stuff, not just about icicles and murders and getting away, but you have also tried to look up many other spooky little things that I don't think are good, like the dark web.
Spooky little things.
Penis. You need to get a life.
She has 3.
You're obsessed with me.
I'm currently having a relationship with 3 different people.
No, you want to know what I search. You want to know about all the porn I look at, you fucking sicko penis. Yeah, I know what you're up to. And you know what? I searched specific things knowing you would look at it.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I don't want to kill my student, but I knew you'd fucking love that, you fucking sicko
God.
penis.
What the? I'm going to go back to my English class. This
No,
took a
stay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You're the only normal one.
I guess so.
Too normal.
Yeah, it makes me a little suspicious.
Fucking normal.
What do you mean? I don't have any secrets. I just don't have anything exciting.
You don't have a single secret?
No.
Not a single one?
What about your status as a billionaire?
I am a billionaire. I don't know how to prove it.
You don't know how to prove it?
I don't gotta prove it.
What?
I don't gotta prove it.
You actually do have to prove it if you're going to claim that.
I'm a billionaire. I've said from the beginning when I got hired, I said I'm a billionaire. I want to be a teacher. I don't gotta prove it. I am a billionaire.
I thought you were gonna deny it more. It wasn't this much fun to tell
Pull
them.
up your bank account?
Yeah, pull it up. Yeah, pull up my bank account. It's bank account 1.
And your password?
3.
That's really easy to guess. I feel like you need to change that. So
Yeah,
your username is bank account 1 and your password is 3? They didn't even
It's spelled out. It's not the number. It's spelled
At
out.
what bank?
It's TR
Bank? Or that was your password? You're trying to spell 3.
That was my password. I was spelling out 3. TRH.
You're an English teacher.
A tree.
A tree?
A tree.
Okay, I'm logged in.
Wow.
What's it say?
Wait a minute. Stop looking at it. Penis, stop looking at it, please.
Oh
He
boy.
only has $900 million.
You
Poor sick fuck.
You're sick fuck. Fuck you all.
You fucking blue collar, low class slug.
Okay, Kryn and Craig, I'll see you in the car.
See you in the car. See you in the car.
You're all getting in the car together?
We're going to McDonald's for lunch. I don't like
I'd
eating
love
stuff
to go
like
to
that.
McDonald's. I love the
You made
toys.
it 15 carrots, penis. You're not
That's
going
for you. That's for you. I want McDonald's.
fine. I guess I'm not a billionaire.
You're so poor, you only have $900 million.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Why'd you lie about that?
Because I'm basically a millionaire.
Millionaire? Did you say you're basically a millionaire?
Basically a millionaire.
You're definitely a millionaire.
I know, I'm basically one.
No, you are a millionaire, but you're
I
not a
know.
billionaire.
I'm a billionaire close.
You're billionaire adjacent.
Just save up another 100 million.
Guys, let's quit school.
That's
I'm
our
listening.
show. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you all for watching out there. Give it up again for Mariah Smith.
Yep.
Hey.
And donate to the link below if you enjoyed the show. Any amount of money you can spare, any couple bucks to the Minnesota Freedom Fund would be so awesome and appreciated. So thank you so much. And also, you can go watch Cardinal Redbird on the UCB YouTube right after us, starting
At 8:30.
just a few minutes from now. It was very fun.
So
Okay,
fun.
goodbye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.